Right, welcome back. Hello Eric. It was Eric's birthday this week, he's 6 now. He's staying there having that. We'll have a look at this barley. It's quite tall, that, waist height. We're up at farm 2. And this is the King's Barn winter barley. And what I'm actually spraying it with a herbicide, not a herbicide, fungicide, just to protect the ear from disease. You see it flowering, look. Some of these, when I was in the other field, I counted 14 seeds in one row, and there's like 6 rows on each head. When I go to I've got to spray the cassia as well, the 2 row. So what I'll do is I'll take one of these with me, find a good one. I'll take one of these with me, and then when I do see all the flowering coming out of it. Yeah, I'll take this with me, and then when I spray this 2 row barley, I'll be able to show you the difference. So it's Thursday today, Thursday the 27th of May. We started off the week very wet. So the weekend was wet, Monday was wet. We're up to about 100 mil of rain for May, so way above average for May. But good for the crops. I mean, I am behind, or I did get behind with my spraying, but I think it's better that we had that rain than didn't have it, because everything's growing nicely now. We've got some good crops. I started off on Monday, I was loading some more oat lorries, checking over that other Richard Weston bale trailer, things like that. Tuesday, crop walking, and also loading oats. Wednesday, yesterday, I had a long day on this machine. I walked out in the yard at 6 o'clock in the morning and sprayed spring oats, 1 tank of spring oats, 2 tanks of spring oats, 2 tanks of spring wheat. Then we changed the wheels back to the narrow wheels. We're on the narrow wheels again. And then in the evening I sprayed 2 tanks of winter, 2 tanks on winter wheat with T2. So yeah, really busy day yesterday. Sort of like 150 hectares or something, and changed the wheels. And now today it's Thursday morning, and I'm up at farm 2. Making a start on the winter crops here. I've got the winter barley to do, 40 hectares. I've got 120 or 130 hectares of winter wheat to spray with T2, and then also the spring oats I've got to have canopy growth regulator. Simon's actually gone out on my tractor today, the 6215. He's gone mowing, so I'm not going to be mowing the first cut haylage. Simon's doing that. I'm just too busy on this machine really to do everything. But we'll do a mowing video when we get on the hay. Right, it's been a few years since I've used the 2600 screen. Where are we going? I think if we click on this, no, we're still not recording coverage. I'm trying to get it to record coverage, basically record colour in the ground what I've sprayed. So anyway, the last 24 hours quite a lot has been going on. I haven't really done any videoing. Yeah, our red Bateman has now turned into a green John Deere because basically we've got a problem. We've got a problem with the Bateman. It's broke down. Yeah, that'll do. I'm not going to say a massive amount about it until we know exactly what's wrong with it, but the short story is that yesterday when I was using it, an error code started flashing up for low engine oil pressure, and now it's got to be recovered into Hunt basically to get worked on. So now Jeremy has kindly lent us his tractor and sprayer. We're in a John Deere 6430, and with his John Deere trailed sprayer. It's a 732, I think. This 732i is this sprayer, and we're still up at farm 2 on the winter wheat on the Graham. That is the variety. It's looking really good. I'm going to slow down because we're on a steep bank here, and apparently these things have a habit of tipping over. We haven't got auto shut off. Switched off. We've got to switch off our sections manually. Basically, I'm just going a bit steady because it's all a bit new. I was out on it yesterday evening. I didn't get home last night until about 11:30, trying to get yesterday's spraying done. Right. Now we've got to use this controls here, look. Let's just turn on these sections. You see on the screen, the section's switching on. Hopefully we're going to have enough power to pull up this hill. Going up quite a steep hill. Well, 64 is doing a good job though. He's only in 2-wheel drive. Oh, we need to turn that last section on. He's only in 2-wheel drive. What we're spraying is the T2 fungicide. Basically, because the wheat. Oh look, there's Derek out with his sprayer on his wheat. He's got a 6250R. He'll probably ring me in about 30 seconds asking what the hell's going on. But what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, this is T2 on the T2 fungicide on the wheat because the flag leaf is right out now, and yeah, we want to protect it from disease, so it's getting a dose of fungicide basically. So we don't have auto shut off. We would do. It would have been nice to put it on the sprayer on the back of my tractor on the 6.2. Because it's got isobus, we've just been able to plug it straight in and use the auto shut off. We have got auto boom pipe, which is good. That's something I haven't got on the Bateman. So yeah, it seems to be working really well. Shut these sections off here. Just got to do it the old-fashioned way. It's quite good actually. This is the first time I've ever used the trailed sprayer. Just make sure the plume's not going in the hedge. First time I've ever used a trailed sprayer. I've always used self-propelled, and it's alright. So now we've got to turn the sections back on individually. Can you see them here, though? I'm switching them on manually. Got a bit of black grass here, though. Bloody stuff. Need one of them tools that goes along and snips off the heads. Only in 2-wheel drive and just pulling it up this hill nicely. So we've got clean water going in through this pipe here, like into the tank. Got water or gauge here to tell us how much is in there, in the tank. PTO coming off the tractor, and that's the pump there, look. We've got levers here for filling up and clean water and chemical, and operating the chemical induction bowl. That's where we put the chemical. Can you remember back in January when I put the weaving drill on and went and drilled the field of the neighbour's wheat? Well, that's the field right there, look. Derek's just out there spraying it now. And it looks pretty good actually. Still quite short. It's definitely behind the more regular drilled wheat, but it still looks good. Alright, so it's about 6 o'clock Friday evening now, and I've just finished spraying at farm 2. I've done about 130 hectares of winter wheat today, T2, and what I've got to do this evening is I've got to go and load up, go and fill up at farm 1, and then drive up to farm 3 to spray the winter barley. There's about 50 hectares up there, so the cassia. So we're going to do that next. They haven't actually recovered the Bateman yet. It's still in the yard. It won't start now because it knows it's got low oil pressure. It won't start. So they're going to have a go at fixing it in the yard, I think. I think there's a pressure valve they're going to try and change. Right, so before it gets dark on Friday evening, I'll show you this barley. I brought some of the 6-row so I can show you the difference. Walk out here where it hasn't been sprayed. I've already sprayed the headland. So yeah, I'm up here spraying this with fungicide. This is probably a bit taller. I know I've pulled the roots out of the ground, but it's a bit taller. We get down here, look. Take one of these. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seeds in a row there on that King's barn. I did count some when I was there with 14 on, but they weren't all like that. Most of them were about 10. And then these were the 2-row. That's also got, I think I counted 12 on there. So yeah, it doesn't all look this good. There's quite a lot of patches in these fields, not so much this one, but the fields over there that have got bare patches in them, so doesn't all look as good. Right, we'll get this job done, and then the sprayer's having a fit. Yeah, and then once I get this barley done, we're spraying. Yeah, we're spraying. Push that forward. Once we get this barley done, that's the whole farm that I've sprayed in 3 days. Yeah, 3 days, 500 hectares in 3 days. And I changed 2 lots of wheels as well. I changed the wheels on the Bateman and the wheels on this because Jeremy didn't have his narrow wheels on before I wanted to borrow it. See, we've got patches here that didn't do very well. There's quite a lot like this. But the reason why I've been pushing hard to get this spraying done is because it's all sort of meant to have been done by now, but because of the wet weather we got a bit behind, so I've been pushing to get it done because of that, and also I've got something else going on at the weekend as well, so I basically needed to get it done. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you're all probably bored of hearing about spraying. We'll do something else next week. So yeah, I doubt, it's unlikely that I will get this video edited in time for Sunday because of how busy I am. I've got other things going on at the weekend, so yeah, this video might be a bit late than normal. So if you see the bare patches in the croplet, some of the bare patches are because of where it led wet in the winter, but quite a lot of them, like here, look, where it's all yellow in the bottom, it's because of a disease called BYDV. Some of you will remember me talking about BYDV back in the autumn when I was trying to get my spraying done and it was too wet. So basically, the aphids in the autumn eat the leaf when the barley's small, and infects it with the disease BYDV. Now, and then that's why it suffers. The plant just doesn't really do very well. There's quite a lot of it around here, look.